Um, that's interesting. I'm having um, trouble with my webcam, obviously. Sorry about that. Um, let's see. Nope. Sorry. Uh, let's get. Okay. I have technical difficulties. Be right back. Okay, let's try another time. For a second time here. Let's just remove. Can you at least hear me, dear people? I hope you can at least hear me. Ah, here we have it. Okay. Okay. Device default, no. There we go. That should be a bit better, I think. That's better now. Wonderful. Then I'll just have to fit it. Okay. If I unplug and plug back in my camera, it just freezes. Okay. And if I have my camera unplugged when I start Streamlabs, I'll have to restart it when I plug back in the um, camera, which kind of sucks. Okay, that should be a bit better. Okay, now I'll just have to do a bit of twinkling with full default 7.9 hard work. Okay. That should do a bit better, I think. How have you been doing, my dear viewers? How are you? I hope you're doing okay. Quite good, it says yes. We have someone else possibly on in the chat. Sorry, I'll have to clean my glasses so that I can actually see something. So I went and purchased a new pink chair today. It's much more comfy. Katya will be using my previous one. I think this is not it's not the same brand, but it's the previous one is really good, and it's got RGB, which this chair does not. But this chair is in many ways quite a lot more comfy, especially in warmer weather, which is not what we have here today. It's this kind of this chair that you've seen me sit on. It came in chair, and it with packaging it weighed 22 kilos, and I had to plug it into my car, in the back of my car, because the problem is that I'm driving a small Skoda Fabia, which isn't one of the biggest cars around. Oh, and the beer today is from Pohjola. I didn't want to get my glass dirty because I do have a Pohjola glass for this. Okay, just for the sake of conversation, I'll do it. Hang on. Now then, I actually last week I visited Tallinn, Estonia. It was 2 hours, 2.5 hours by boat. One of those big ferry boats, and I purchased one of these because Pohjola, their brewery is in Tallinn, the lovely capital of Estonia, and I purchased plenty of drinks uh, to go with me. For example, this uh, Cassis Imperial Baltic Porter, a dark and elegant Imperial Baltic Porter brewed with black currants and blackcurrant leaves. Porters are much like Imperial, stouts, but not necessarily as sweet. Really good. So, let's see if I have. Okay. Let's see if I can get. I'll have to do my. So, certain things again. Okay. Not as I expected. Okay. Excuse me. Need to get the browser up. So I could have. I'm sorry, this is taking a moment. So, I would like to introduce you to to an article written by Politico. But before that, a bit of um, background. So, those of you who do not know, Bulgaria is a country in the southeastern part of Europe. Is it's in the Balkans, member of the European Union, I think, and a former communist country, former Soviet bloc country, south of Romania. Now, status, uh, homosexuality was legal during the as a part when Bulgaria was a part of the Ottoman Empire. From where it was there being gay was legal during the Ottoman Empire from 1858 to 1879, when it was criminalized again and remained so until 1968, when it was decriminalized, and 2002 age of consent was equalized and is now 14, if I understand correctly from what I've read. Um, Military, gay men, women, and bisexual people are allowed to serve technically. Trans people are not allowed to change their legal gender due to Supreme Court ruling in 2023. And protections in all areas since '04 based on sexual identity or sexual orientation, and gender identity since 2015. No same-sex, uh, no legal recognition of same-sex relations. Uh, Same-sex marriage is constitutionally banned. Single LGBT individuals can adopt, external adoption. Well, as long as they don't tell anyone they're gay, I guess. So, let's see. Okay, let's have that. So, now then, now, this is very much eerily similar to the Russian anti-LGBTQ or the quote unquote homo propaganda law that was passed in Russia in 2013, according to which, let me have it here. The stated purpose of the Russian government for the law is to prevent the presentation of LGBT community as a normal part of Russian society, under the argument that LGBT rights in Russia contradict Russian values. Um, the statute amended the Russian law on protecting state children from information harmful to their health and development, and the Code of the Russian Federation Administrative Offenses to prohibit the distribution of propaganda of non-traditional sexual relationships um, among minors. This definition includes materials that raise interest in such relations, cause minors to form non-traditional sexual predispositions, or present distorted ideas about equal social value to traditional and non-traditional sexual relations. Yeah. And if a foreign national the uh, and if a foreign national breaks this law, they may be arrested, detained for 15 days, then deported, or fined up to 5,000 rubles and then deported. Presumably, you have to pay that 5,000 rubles. Uh, okay, how much would have been 5,000 rubles? Basically, okay, let's say an average of that would have been like 100 and somewhere between 125 to 130 euros. So that won't bankrupt most people, but still, but still. So let's go for the article. Hello, hello, Bowie. I'm glad to have you here. Now, uh, this was published in August 16th. So it's been a few months. So August 16th. So basically, yeah, August 16th was a Friday. Okay, so the Bulgarian government officially released a text of the controversial law. Unfortunately, this potentially dangerous. Okay, Firefoxes uh, detected a cybersecurity hazard and did not continue to page so and so. If you visit this page, your personal information such as passwords, email messages, or credit card uh, information may be stolen. What can I do is probably the page. So what was this page? The page of the Bulgarian government. So so the propaganda this law bans propaganda 40, 45 year yeah for, yes, that's 45 euros now. Yes, 5,000 rubles is 45 euros now, but it was 125 euros 10 years ago, or 11 years ago. So I I checked the conversion rates from 10 years ago, so that's why I said 125. So this is the amendment to the country's education code, which was introduced by the far-right pro-Russian Revival Party and unexpectedly backed by pro-European Union parties, prohibits propaganda, promotion, or incitement of LGBTQ plus ideas and views in schools without specifying uh, any more details. Does sounds familiar? Yeah, it does sound familiar. By the way, this is really good. Uh, you can really taste the black currants, blackcurrant hint from there. Does that sound familiar? Yes, it does, because the it's the Russian law. It's the same as the Russian law. For fuck's sake! I mean, it's fucked fucked up, really. Okay, let's go. There's a quote. This law is not just a Bulgarian issue. This is a Russian law that has found its way into the heart of Europe, says Rémi Bonny, executive director of Forbidden Colors, a group supporting LGBTQ rights, told Politico's Brussels playbook. The European Commission must step in. Yeah, there is a similar. This is pretty much identical to the law in Russia that came into force 11 years ago, and it was later amended. So I mean, it's really silly. It's really silly if you think about it. Really silly that that Russia is. You can see. I mean, they would they have come up with the, this this exact law if there wasn't any Russian involvement. Yeah, and it was pushed through by the pro-Russian Revival Party. Well, the unexpected thing was also what one of the many unexpected issues here was the backing from the pro EU people, but this just goes to show that Russia has its uh, fingers in EU countries. Actually, now this is the second country that we can observe directly that has laws that have influenced or are exact copies of this particular law. The first one being Hungary. Which wasn't a big surprise to me that they that the Hungarians did it, and I'm surprised that there are still so many pro Russian politics going on in Bulgaria, given that it's already an EU country and it hasn't been a part of the Soviet Union for well, it's been like 30 years now, almost 30 years now. So it's really strange, very peculiar. I'll take a moment. So, ooh, this this moves. Hmm. And it's really sad that we see this kind of backwards politics um, still going on in Europe. That we can actually see some countries actually going backwards in development. It's very curious, and I think there's lingering in some countries there's this lingering hope or lingering semantics and ideas or people idealizing the Soviet Union and the times in Soviet during their own countries being in the Soviet Union, and it's actually quite sad. It's quite sad, really. Sorry, I need to let me know if these if you can hear some if these fan noises start disturbing you. I have noise cancellation on the filter on my microphone, but there might still be some background noise coming, finding its way. Yeah, I just crank them up, All right. So yeah, yeah. It says nostalgia brightening past dark times. Yes, indeed. There are certain. Yeah, well, you can. It's quite telling that you can also see some people idealizing the thoughts and teachings of a certain Austrian corporal. And actually, we had two MPs who said that they won't participate in the Presidential Independence Day reception, where all members of parliament are expected, which all members of parliament are expected to attend. And instead, the Finnish Independence Day, by the way, for those who do not know, it's on Friday. Uh, it's this week, Friday, December 6th. It wasn't all bad back then. Yeah, exactly. Uh, so, two MPs, we have 200. Of those, two have said that they will not participate, which they participate in the Presidential Independence Day reception. We, but instead that they will attend this 612 horse parade. Essentially, these people with uh, with these certain people with shaved heads, combat boots, and idealizing a certain Austrian corporal march through the march through the town in Helsinki to a Hietanemi cemetery, and these two members of parliament said that they will attend this party organized by the fans of a certain Austrian corporal. And of course, this is so silly. I need to drink. One of them, now that the president the president himself um, said that, nah, this is not okay. And the prime minister, who's a fucking wuss, by the way, said that if there are far right far right operationals participating in this parade, which we know that all of them are, which he knows all of them are, no MP should go. But one of these two um, did some backpedaling, and now he is not won't be attending the parade. Not sure if he'll show up at the presidential palace, but the other one is still going, and he will be giving a speech there. So, and this this is from a this guy is from a political party that is in the in the coalition government, and the chair of one of these coalition parties said it's the personal choice of this person. If they want to go, they can go. So this just gives me a horrible headache. Oh, well, makes it worse. Yeah, there's pro-Russian laws in other in more countries than I'm comfortable with. Yeah, and we've been, even though the official government stance is that there is no direct uh, threat of war towards Finland. We have done certain preparations. I just purchased a an extra large power bank with 45,000 milliamp hours, so it lasts a while. And I also have one with we also have one with 10,000 milliamp hours, and one with a little less. And I have two 10-liter canisters of extra petrol in my car, and I also there's one petrol station around here that sells the windscreen, the windscreen washing washer liquid from a pump. So I went there, and it's like the price is like half of what they ask for in basically any store you go to. So I filled up a 10 liter water water barrel, what do you call it, container uh, of this windscreen washing liquid that is hope can be used up to minus 22 degrees Celsius. So we've been, and then some medication that we've well, I have prepped up, and we have all kinds of. I think we have iodine pills, the ones that if there's a if there's and we have a small radio, a small FM radio that uh works with batteries. So that's something that they've. And then we've got iodine pills, those, you know, this, the strong ones, 130 milligrams. That you that it that if there's a nuclear accident or accident somewhere nearby. So I purchased them quite a while ago. In your, I mean, I think Jens lives in Germany, at least the last time I checked, and Bowie, I think, is from across the pond. So Jens, has there been any instructions from your government, federal or local, to prep up, take some medication and certain, and we have all, and Finland has always had this recommendation of keeping at least an extra 3 days worth of food, like you know food that don't need to be refrigerated. And we actually, and we also purchased this small, the small, I'm not exactly sure what that is in English. It's alcohol alcohol burning portable stove manufactured in Sweden. That those alcohol burning portable stoves that the military uses, and you can use, and that people use when they go hiking. And we've bought one of those. Trangia stoves, yes. Trangia stoves, yes. We got one of those, and then we got some of that liquid for it, and we've been planning on getting a. There's also a gas, like gas, burner, not petrol, but gas. And we've been thinking of getting the gas burner and a bottle of propane gas or whatever it uses. Those aren't those aren't really very expensive. Those are because those these uh, last longer. The Yes, propane, yeah, propane lasts longer. The bottle lasts longer, and it's easier to administer, and it's safer. If you use it to be used in on the balcony, if you know it's safer to use that than the the liquid out methane, not methane, methanol based. Jens says he actually you built one. Special sale on Aldi some time ago. Yeah, those are quite handy. Let me. I'll just maybe I'll check what the gas burner, the OG part, original part costs fif- well, somewhere between 50 and 55 euros. So yeah, 50 to 55 euros. Yeah, I just wonder how it works, but it's not like we're it's not like we're doomsday preppers or anything, but it's just handier, I think. It's just handier, I think. It's handy to have one of those. Small gas burner I got was 20, under 20 euros. Yeah, yes, but the part was that I was talking about is, yeah, the small gas burner you're probably talking about. Yeah, you can get it for that price, maybe 20, 30 euros. Uh, but the original part by manufactured by Trangya, that's a bit more expensive. But seriously, just go where things are made. I mean, I this was like 5 euros, I think, 5 or 6, maybe 6 euros in Tallinn from the brewery, and it was attackable. I but yes, experienced the 1978-79 winter snowstorm firsthand. That was a techable moment. I believe it was probably, as you have to come up with all kinds of things to keep you warm and fed. So yeah. All right. Tell you something. I've been babbling on for 45 minutes, and I talked very briefly. Because the problem is that the Bulgarian law, the only version that I could find was, or even the any kind of even brief summaries of the law that I could find were either in Bulgarian or Russian. So wonder why. So I think it's my time to go for tonight. I'll have to stay up because I'm starting night shifts again tomorrow, so I have to um, shift my rhythm towards the night shift. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Oops.